Hey everyone, my stitchy sisters and stitchy misters, it's Heidi. Welcome back. It is March 26th, or welcome if you've never been here before to a channel about cross stitch and whatever else pops in my head. It could be anything from, I don't know, what do I have to talk about today? Cross stitch, cats, life in general, whatever. You never know. You never know. Try to keep it, keep me on my toes and y'all too. So today, like I said, is the end of March, and this actually marks the second anniversary of me doing these videos. So if you've been here since the beginning, bless your heart. We've been through some interesting stuff, haven't we? I'm trying hard not to complain about my eyesight today, like I have for the past several videos. I have actually made an appointment, so yay. Maybe it'll be one less thing you have to hear me redundantly say. But anyways, so since it's my Flossiversary, is that the consensus? Is that the word we're using? I don't know. I've heard other people say it, so I'll run with it. 2 whole years since my husband said, geez, you can do that. And so blame him. I do, right? It's my job. I'm trying something new today. I have an iPad, so I don't really know. I always feel like I'm looking over this way when I'm looking over here because everything's weird. Whatever, so bear with me. If you think I'm like staring off into weird things, I don't know where to look. Don't know where to look yet. Trying to figure this out. Anyways, I digress. 2 years, yay me, yay you if you've been here, even more than just the past 2 minutes. And we may have some really awesome, fun things to give away. See, it's kind of backwards, isn't it? I don't get any presents. It's my anniversary, no gifts. I'm giving them to you. So you can either hang out with me and see what I've been working on, or you can fast forward to the end and see maybe the really awesome things I'm going to give you. So, whatever. There's your tease. Not a big tease. Do what you want. What else has been fun? Life update, not much to tell you. Been working, been stitching, been making cool floss drops. What else? Oh, kitties. Kitties. So if you've been around, you've heard me talk about my ferals. I've had all kinds of feral action over the years. Currently on OC, Orange Cat. He's baby daddy to PC, pregnant cat, and pregnant cat had her babies a few weeks ago. I wondered, I couldn't tell because she didn't have them here on my property. But they're in the neighbor's house. They live under the porch there. I saw their little furry heads pop up last week before. So now me and the neighbors are trying to feed them and socialize them a little bit so we can maybe get them adopted out someday. So if any of you are in the Roanoke area and looking for adorable little kittens, there's 5 that need little homes. There's an adorable little mini OC, cute little orange kitty with little white boots. I think the neighbor's going to take the calico. There are 2 that are that little white kind of yellow, almost kind of beige, I don't know, kind of kitties. And what else? Oh, and like a tabby, like a gray striped kitty. So, just saying, they might could use a home. And anywho, so I'll be heading down there. The neighbor just texted to say she's already fed them this morning. We were both down there yesterday loving on them, and the runt is a little Spitfire. I'm going to tell you, that one did some damage. Where am I? See? Tore me up. Anyways, my other cat does a lot more damage than that. My real cat, Felix, whatever. I took them to the vet this week. It's been all kinds of cats this week. I think it's more traumatic for me to take both cats meowing to the vet. Dear God. Someone have mobile vets. I'd pay whatever to not have to go through that. Anyways, I'm sure I'm not alone. My next venture in Catland is going to be somehow, some way getting OC shoved into a carrier or a trap and drive them up to Christiansburg where they do neuters and rabies shots and whatnot without having to go through the whole rigmarole of, oh, you have to bring them in and we have to do an exam and do the rabies and then you have to bring them in later for, no. If I'm gonna sustain serious damage to get this cat in a carrier, I'm doing it once. All right. So anyways, there's the cat drama. Stay tuned. Next month, we'll see what's gotten done by then. Other than that, I have somehow managed to resist the pull of market. I barely even saw stuff because when I'd see it, I would just look away. I have more than enough stuff, like the sable stitchers, stash accumulated beyond life expectancy. Yeah, I'm there. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. So I didn't, by some miracle. Now I've been told that the stepson has taken a job up in Duluth, Minnesota, or an internship. So something tells me we'll be doing a road trip to Minnesota sometime this year, and that, you know, it's going to break my heart because darn, that just takes me by a lot of really awesome cross-stitch stores between Virginia through Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, maybe through Michigan. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Indiana. I'm sure I'll find a bunch. So I can pat myself on the back today because I'm probably going to be knee-deep in cross-stitch stuff sometime this summer. You know, it's an addiction. We're all there. I know I'm talking to friends. So, win this month. I do have some stuff coming from 123 Stitch. And by stuff, I mean just some floss, because as I was working on some projects this past month, there were a couple that I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to need one more skein. So, and you know, the floss can't travel by itself. If I'm paying $3 for shipping, I'm going to make it worth shipping, right? So I might have gotten some fabric, whatever. It's no big deal. So, but it wasn't market. It wasn't market stuff. See, that's how we validate ourselves, kids. If you needed a little lesson, follow me for more stash enabling tips. I'm here for you. All right, doing what I can. All right, along that line, quick Etsy update. If you didn't know I already had an Etsy store, well, I do. It is the Cottage Cat Designs on Etsy, and I make floss drops and thread conditioner and needle minders and books and all kinds of cute stuff. You need to have it. Go check it out. Get you some. How's that? Marketing. I should have went into marketing. Did breathing instead. Whatever. It's probably better. Probably better. Anyways, moving right along. As I said, this month I started, well, actually at the end of last month, I started a Floss Drop of the Month club. And everybody kind of opted to do the surprise. So I thought, you know, as I'm looking through the different designs that I had, this one seemed to be, I don't know, appropriate. Again, the name is Cottage Cat Designs. So of course I had to go with some sort of cat, right? So since they've already been shipped out and everybody's already seen them, I can show them to you now because they're in the store. Now you guys can purchase them if you want. These are little peeking kitty cats. Aren't they adorable? Those cute little faces. But wait, there's more. Look at those. I like this one down here with the little mouse. Anyway, so that was it. That was the set. You can find it on the Etsy store now. Pretty certain these are listed. If not, they will be soon. I do have a couple of these sets made up already. As if you've been with me for a while and you've seen me do the updates, if you see me show any particular design and you don't see them in the store listed as available, again, I have them printed. I then glue them to cardstock and then cut them out and punch holes in them. They all have 2 holes. Here's a different set. So that's how I do them. This may or may not be a set I'm giving away. Isn't it beautiful? Love them. Anyway, so put 2 holes in them so you can put the skein in there, or bigger projects that take 2 skeins, whatever. Or you can put your extra one in there if you don't use a thread book or a thread bed or whatever process everybody uses. So I punch them up. They all come with a ring. They get packaged up. There's the little ring, and go from there. So if you don't see them on there listed, I can always make them. They're just not in stock at the moment. So you can always just drop me a line through here, through the message system on Etsy or Instagram if you follow me there, and we'll go. I can make them for you. Promise. Won't take much. And it gives me a way to prioritize. I have easily 80 to 100 different designs available at any given time. I usually have a good 60 to 70% of them in stock, but as you know, I try to make 2 or 3 at a time, so it kind of depends as people buy stuff. Doing the best I can. I need helpers. Sadly, my stepdaughter just went and got herself a job. I shouldn't say sadly, that was wonderful. She has a job working at a barn that she loves. She loves work with horses. That's all she's ever done. And now she's, as of 7 a.m. this morning, that's where she was. Let's all rejoice. She has a job. But that means I don't have a helper. So, anywho, any helpers out there? I have wine. I have food. Come on over. I'll put you to work. Anyways, that's the case that I can have more of these ready to go. Anywho, there's that. That's pretty much it. I do have some other new stuff going. I have this month's Floss Drop of the Month designs glued and started to cut them out, so they will be shipped out probably Friday, Monday at the latest. So, another cute set. I think you'll love them. And is that it? Is that all? I think so. I'll show you more stuff at the end because I might be giving away some of that. Like I said, stay tuned. All right, what have I been working on? All kinds of goodies. So some of you may have already heard, I think I mentioned it in the last video, that I've opted out of doing WhipGo this year. I liked it because, again, we're all looking for inspiration. How do we keep, you know, if you have more than 2 or 3 projects, how do you make certain you're actually touching all your projects? I have like 30, 32, something like that going. Some of you have 100, some of you have 1, whatever. It doesn't make any difference. For me, I just want to make certain I'm touching them all so that maybe someday these will get finished. So I thought, I've seen several other people, Flosstubers, they have different tracking systems, different cards or whatever, planners, of course, but I mean, basically just a way of, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So finally came up with these cards. And I took this little box that I had. It was a wood box. Just looked like that. This is the only thing I didn't cover. That kind of went, slid on there. This was something that was sat in my dad's basement forever. Covered it with some pretty fabric, some pretty little rickrack, whatever. My first attempt at covering anything. It's usable. Works for me. The cats haven't deposited too much cat hair on it yet. Anyways, but it holds all my cards. So, what I did was basically did a screenshot of the project, put the name of the project and the date, because I'll have one for every year, I guess. Some of these, obviously, you know me, if you've been around, or if not, you'll find out. I like the big girls. I like big projects, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. All right? So, showing my age. I know who's with me. Anyways, I saw you out there. Anyways, inside every month, the little squares are for 1,000 stitches. So I figured when it comes up, I'm going through these chronologically as I have started them. When they come up, I'm going to do 1,000 stitches, whether that takes me 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, whatever. Usually only takes me 2 or 3 sessions. I can get that many stitches in a day, usually. And then I just mark it on there, the dates I did it, however many stitches I got, colored them in, give me a reason to use some of all my other things I've bought through the years to mark stuff off or whatever. And when I hit my 1,000 stitches, guess what? It goes to the back of the pile and the next one comes up. So the front is just kind of your basic kind of project card. And then, like I said, it's just the months. for the rest of the card. As you know, or may not know, 100 years ago, I owned a scrapbook store. So, of course, I had to get fancy schmancy. Other than that, it's just cardstock, printed it out on the old laser printer, and there we go. So, if this looks like something you want, would like to have, whatever, there they all are. Here. Just a couple. Just a couple. I'm actually missing one, only because it was a Teresa Kogut piece for, I'm going to blank on the name of the store, but she had a specialty thing. So to find, I have to actually take a picture of the pattern yet and then switch it over. I'm not quite done that yet. Again, Flosstube, itchy nose. So that one I haven't made yet. What is that? Bluebird of Hope, I believe is the name of that one. Anyways, maybe I can switch it to a PDF and put it on the Etsy store if anybody's interested. Let me know. Give me an idea if you'd like it or not. If not, no big deal. I've enjoyed using them. I've been through, you see, let me see. Here we go. This is how many projects you're about to see today, because they're the ones I got 1,000 stitches on in the past 3-4 weeks since we chit-chatted. Just started working on that one last night, so you won't see this one. God, do I love it. Thank you so much, Nicola. Hands across the sea, love it. Anyway, so there's the cards. Let me know if you're interested. Maybe we can figure something out. Expand my tech knowledge. You know, it's a struggle. But anyway, so since I started doing that, I really, like I said, I found it a lot of fun. It was great to just motor through it. It's, even if it only lasts a year, I feel like I've made more more progress this year than I did last year combined. So, amen and hallelujah, kids. It's a start. Okay, so I've not taken these out of the bags because I'm a bad floss tuber and I was not super prepared. So like I said, first up, let's just use these for the pictures and then I won't have to dig those out, is Halloween at Hawk Run. And I actually started the third block. What? So 1,000 stitches, finished the frame, and got that first little chunk in the corner done. We can see a better picture. There we go. It's kind of hard to read it since it's on a light background there. But as you know, if you've done any of these, they're all like basically full coverage. Lord Almighty. This is done on Legacy. Where did I put the card already? Yes, 36 count Legacy. Using all the called for colors. DMC. And I don't think I'd touched that one since 6-8 months ago. So it was nice to get that one out. I finally stole one of my books. These are the thread books. I just started it. Dun, 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 but that's what it is. It comes with labels and vellum to keep them from flip-flopping. I thought this one matched. Cool little skulls on it. So there was 1,000 stitches on Halloween at Hawk Run. Next up in the pile is Jeanette Douglas, Seasons by the Sea. I have a little mini finish. I finished one of the seasons and started another. Using all the called for, I get the little floss packs. If you've been with me, you'll know I highly recommend them because they're all, not all, but 90% silks and whatnot. Some of them are highly variegated, and to get the effect that she has on here, you will definitely need it. So, I finished autumn right there and started winter. So I got the winter border done. It's very light. And in this light, it's almost hard to see. So she does everything with a really super variegated silk. And then, if you can tell, it's yeah, you get a little bit of the sparkle. In the middle of all those little chevrons is a Carriage. Very pretty. And that's what I wrote. This is the piece that made me figure out how to stitch on linen, because there's so many specialty stitches in here. Totally worth it. Jeanette Douglas, I mean, just gorgeous stuff. And I did see hers. I think she has another seasonal one out that looks very similar to this, so I was happy to see that. I'm like, ooh, I cannot buy it. I will not buy it yet. Because when did I start this one? 23? Yeah, March 7th of 23. It's done on 36 count Maritime. But was super thrilled to get, got half a year done, right? I got 2 seasons done. It's the little things, kids. Mini Avalanche. Next up, Edgar Allan Poetry, Tiny Modernist. This was done on, I think it's a fabric flare, yep. Stormy Gray fabric flare. I love fabric flare. I have a lot of their stuff. My God, do I hate stitching on this thing. It's just dark, so it's a pain. But, see if I can fold this so it doesn't just see through it so much. But look, I have basically started that last tier there, the bottom tier. I'd had the top 3 done. Now I was working old Edgar there. Almost got Lenore started in her little dress beside him there. It's 3 colors, but man, it is high highlight and high magnification. And it is a 40 count, but because it's so dark, it is unpleasant to stitch on. It's as nice as I can put it. Again, there's the 3 sad little colors. I need to restock. I did switch over from 310 to using the black floche, or whatever it's called. Because again, if you look real close, you can see up here was the 310 and you can see through it pretty well. But down here, I think the coverage is much better. So, that was the only difference. But that's my 1,000 stitches. I was glad to see it come and go, like I said. Slowly but surely on that one. It's awful cute. Keep reminding myself of that. It's awfully cute. Damn, I hate this fabric. All right. Next up is Let Freedom Ring, Lila's Studio. I love this project. Yet another fabric flare, right? But I really, really do. I love this project. Using the called for, I think they're mostly DMCs. Yeah, there's a mix, but mostly DMCs. Is it 36 count? No, it's 40 count script by Fabric Flare. Ta-da! Got the bell done. That was basically it for my 1,000 stitches. But we're getting there. Slowly but surely working my way across the top. For as many stitches as this is, you would think it would be a bigger piece, but believe it or not, it will fit on here. Just barely, but it's gonna fit on there. And if not, stay tuned. You'll hear me complain about it. But By all my meager calculations, it should. Like I said, stand by. Next up. Oh my goodness, where are you? There you are. Is Gathering Honey by Plum Street. What? Not another fabric flare, you say? Why, yes, yes I do. Using all the called floor floss and whatever else. Man, what a mess. You can tell I was running out. Had to get another one. Kids, this one's getting close. She's so close. It's Berkshire Hive, 32 count. Look at that. I'm almost thinking done. I have a few more motifs there underneath the box in the corner, the top corner. Some fill in at the bottom. A couple more words. And in the box goes the alphabet. Not far now. Not far now. There we go. Now you can see the Berkshire Hive, the little honeycomb. It's really cute. Colors are hard to see. That's what I don't like about this new camera. The colors seem a little off. But I can play with the lighting. There we go. A little bit better. Almost done. So maybe this is definitely going to be a finish this year. Shouldn't take much longer. Looking forward to that one. All the Plum Streets. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. But wait, there's another one. Blackberry House by Plum Street. Let's see if I picked the right one. I think it's this one. Yes, yes. Cause see, I make this is why I can't keep stuff in my little Etsy store. Because I make it and I'm like, oh, I think I have to have that one. Yeah, I took it, snagged it right up. Clearly it needs a piece of vellum. Because you see they migrated. So, while I'm out here, I'll have to put a piece of vellum on it. Anyways, isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, love it. Love sparkles. Sucker for sparkles. You could totally lure me into some sort of candy van, some totally sketch white van in a minute with something sparkly. It wouldn't even have to be chocolate, just something sparkly. I'll be like, oh, wow. Yeah, oh, I'll go with you, sure. Anyways, here we go. Look. Look, I got the little birdhouse done. It's adorable. Again, can't see the colors really well, but the blue on that vase really is pretty. And some of the leaves are the same color. But yeah, we're getting there. For the longest time, this was just like 2 leaves sticking out. And I'm like, that is very uninspiring. But we are getting there, kids. Love it. I need to see if they still have this whatever. This thing it was in. Wait. Do I have 2 in there? I think I have more. This cool little box. I know that they sold it once upon a time. I'll have to look to see if they still do. Stand by. The stitching cabinet is a Lone Elm Lane exclusive and can only be purchased by contacting Lone Elm Lane. Well, I'll be calling or emailing. Anywho, and then look, found another book. My book has books. I'll have to marry them so I have a book for my other project. Not all of them have books yet, slowly but surely. So, see, I'm such a little crow. I find more shiny things. Let me leave that one sitting out. Maybe I can get it figured out. I know. First world problems, right? Next. Yes. Lacey Cottage. Rosewood Manor. As you can tell, I've not filled out my cards yet. I'm slack-a-lacking, but at least got the dates on there. Because I have the project cards that usually have the info on it. I just haven't taken the time to figure it out just yet. It's like, this one has a book too. I think all these that I've done have books. You're gonna get tired of hearing me squeal about these books. I'm sorry. I know I'm biased, but I love using these books. It makes it so easy. And I thought, oh, I'll just be using them for the projects that I'm, you know, using 2 strands, because separating them and putting them back on the floss drop's kind of a pain in the butt. But really, you'll see I've got Consider the Lilies coming up here. And because there's so many tiny little motifs, now that's, I'm using, it's 46 count, I'm using 1 strand. But I went ahead and started a book for that one too, because I mean, it's like, oh, here's 4 stitches. Okay, these are overdyed. I'm cheap. I'm gonna save it. So I went ahead and got a book for that one. Now others, like you saw, I did start Memories of the Past. That one, for the most part, I think it's just, there are smaller motifs, but for the most part, I've just, since it's DMC, I'm not really keeping the little bits. I just throw those out. So anyways, I digress. See, random thoughts by Potty Mouth Stitcher. Anyways, here's my progress on Lacey Cottage. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to play with the lighting because it's doing it zero justice with how pretty that blue is on that house. And all the pretty purples. This is why I snagged this one. If you just walk by and see the pattern, you're like, yeah, looks kind of busy. And here's the bigger picture of it. It just looks busy. But when you actually see it done, man, I wish you could see the colors better. I mean, nothing close, right? Even just side by side, not even close. I need 3 hands. Ha 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 ha. Do a floss tube, they said. It's easy, they said. Yeah. See? This almost looks like black and white compared to that. Anyways, stand by. That was my 1,000 stitches. I really enjoyed it. It's so pretty. It really is. And then she gives you like bonus designs on the back. Highly recommend. I mean, Rosewood Manor, you can't go wrong with pretty much anything Karen does. Some of it will just make you straight up cuss. Just because. But you'll never cuss because they're so stinking pretty. They really are. Beautiful work. Do, 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 do. Okay, kids. And again, using all the pretty called for purples, grays, blues. A little bit of red to make you wonder why not. As I just teased, Consider the Lilies. Doing this on a 46 count cappuccino with all the called for goodies. Aren't they pretty? You've seen this one 100 times, either from me or someone else. It never gets old. It's absolutely beautiful. Ta-da! I've been working over here in this corner. because when I started this, for the most part, since it's a 46 count, I've been putting it in a hoop or a Q-snap, just a little one. But I finally got a smaller needle and was able to do this in hand, the little bee skip, the 3 little trees. There's a couple flowers at the top and whatnot, the bee. They don't look too bad. I can live with it. Good enough, right? 6-foot roll. People are gonna be looking at it, oh my gosh, look how pretty. I'm not sending it to the fair, kids. Just want it done someday. Not making fun of y'all that do send it to the fair. I think it's awesome. Back in my 4-H days, we've already been through the Bloomville Busy Beaver chat. If you haven't, go back to the video with me and my sister and we'll tell you about the most unfortunate named 4-H group ever. Had a great time though, back in the day. And Holly did all the sewing. My mom forced me to sew a couple things, and then I always did other stuff. Because sewing's not my thing. You wouldn't know it. I mean, I have done a couple quilts. I took classes and made the quilts. And maybe one of these days I'll actually show them. Because I had made them and gave them to Mom and Dad, but after we cleaned out the house, I just took them back. And they're beautiful quilts. God bless my teacher, because she definitely dragged me through it. I did work on one more before I started my card project. So I have not updated the card, I don't believe, or at least it's not in order. And that one is the Julia Rachel de la Mare. This one. She's upside down. How about that? Gorgeous. Using all the pretty called for goodies. Slightly mangled. There we go. I think she goes like this. Been working on some more of those pretty flowers. Again, she's not nearly as big as you think it is. You can tell I was disappointed, you know. Not. So, very pretty. Love it, love it, love it. And that, my darlings, yes, it's all the projects I was working on. So yeah, I got some stuff done. Tore up at least 1, if not 2 pages. I make working copies of my projects, mainly because I highlight stuff as I go, or I get discombobulated and lose my place, and that's usually what causes me to tear stuff out, is because I'm like, oh, I thought it was over here. Duh. So get the highlighter out, or whatever, pencil, whatever I have, I just scribble. And that's why I count my stitches, because as I'm scribbling things out so I know where I've been, my brain just goes, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, I'm just counting, so I just don't count my stitches. So don't think I'm like some crazy hardcore whatever. That's what I do, because my brain works weird. Y'all love me, right? Or you tolerate me. God bless you for that. So that's my new thing. Worked on my little project box. Having fun cruising through that. So for plans, I'm just going to keep going. Just keep on keeping on. I know Mania's around the corner, so I'm kind of looking at that going, how many Mania starts do I want to do this year? Do I want to do any at all? God forbid I finish something. What is that? I got StitchCon coming up. I'm going to Weekend A. I would like to participate in Smalls Exchange, so I guess I need to get my poop in a group on that and stitch a small. And no other great plans. Just keep on keeping on. Ready for spring. Been working in the yard a lot, and can't wait. Can't wait to get out there and enjoy my screened-in porch and stitch in perfect light. All right, so for those of you that stuck around this long, would like to see the cool stuff I'm going to give away in honor of 2 years of hanging out with y'all. You made it. If not, or if you fast forwarded it, hey, that's fine. Don't care. You're here now. Let me show you the really awesome stuff we have. I contacted my sister and I said, hey, I would like to do a giveaway if you're interested. And she kindly offered up a couple of her bags. So we're going to start with that. If you didn't already know, my sister has an Etsy store as well. Like I just said, she's the sewer of the two of us. She makes beautiful project bags. She has such the eye for color and putting together the cutest stuff. Definitely go check her out. She sent me these adorable bags. Look at this sheep. Oh, adorable. And the little pom-poms. What's not to love? And to go with this, she makes her own little books too. We did a little crash course when she was here after we got back. And this is her card. Flat Tire Farm Market on Etsy. As you can see, ooh, so you get this. You get one of Holly's bags and a thread book. And the magic word for this one is sheep. You know the rules, kids. You have to be 18 or older, please. Because I have to ask you for your address. Don't use any of the words so all the weirdo bots and annoying people come and crash us. Don't do that. Just going to have a bunch of different words for you. See if you can come up with something creative. If not, just list them. That's fine too. It all works. And then come back next video and we will see who gets to take these awesome bags home. Look at this one with the bunnies. This is actually flannel, y'all. The top of the other one was flannel too. How adorable. And a matching book. Ta-da! So good size, would definitely fit any big project, because here's 8.5 by 11. These are big bags. Thank you, Holly, for helping me out and being with me on this next year. So that one is fluffy. Code word for that is fluffy. So the first one was sheep. That one was fluffy. Because it's flannel and it's bunnies. What's not to love? Next up, there's some patterns that tried to give away before, but nobody wanted to claim them. So we have a little Silver Creek and some pickle barrel patterns. If you want those, pickle. Next up, as I was showing earlier, I'm going to give away a set of floss drops, a needle minder, and some thread conditioner. You can find all these in the Etsy store, or you can see if you win. So these are actually, I think we called them red toile. They're so pretty. And again, with all of these, all of my floss drops either have 8 to 20 different designs. Some of them have 30 or 40 different designs, so you can buy 2 and you probably get totally different stuff. But so pretty. Again, double-sided, 2 layers of cardstock, and you get 20 of them in a set with a little ring. And then this is my thread conditioner. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites. Evergreen and apple. So you get a little aromatherapy with your stitching therapy. And then a needle minder. Why is it a needle minder? Do I have a needle? Basically, because there's a magnet here. So this, as I throw it at you, sticks right here. I always have mine when I'm stitching. Put my needle right here because there's a magnet. Put my scissors right here so my couch monster doesn't reach up and grab them and suck them down to where all the dust bunnies are and random things. Whatever you find under your chairs. One year I found a possum. Not even gonna lie. I believe I told that story once before. Do you want to hear it again? I'm old, people. I just got so many stories. And I just retell them. I know. It's all downhill from here, kids. But yeah, so real quick, possum story. So I'm sitting there and used to do some home health, and I'm typing away on my little computer doing my charting. And back in the day, I had 3 kitties at the time, and they would like to go outside. I'd leave the window open, they'd come in and out as they wished, right? I also had one that just loved to get behind the chair, underneath that little fabric flap, and get in there, and he'd drag his toys behind there, whatever. So I'd hear something scratching. I'm like, Rocky, get out from underneath the chair. And it stopped. And I'm typing away. 10 minutes later, scratch, 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 scratch. I'm like, darn it, Rocky, get out from underneath the chair. I hit the side and it stopped. And then I see movement out through the window, and I look out and there's Rocky, and there's Lucy, and there's Sissy. I'm like, oh shit. What's under the chair? So I'm like, oh geez, because I had my smallest cat, who's no longer with me, Sissy, she was 6 pounds of terror, absolute terror. At one point we had a list on the refrigerator how many animals she dragged in, and different species. There was quite the list. I'm not gonna lie. Dead and alive, she didn't care. She brought 2 or 3 baby bunnies in, always alive. She didn't kill them. She just wanted a playmate, I guess. I don't know. So I'm like, bunnies aren't gonna scratch. Okay, I don't know what this is. So I kind of slowly raised the chair up or tipped it forward, and I see this really long tail. I'm like, good God, please be a possum and not a rat. So I went and got a bucket and the leather gloves, and I slowly flipped that thing over, and sure enough, it was a baby possum, but he was good size. He wasn't that baby. He was adolescent, and he was salty. So grabbed his butt quick. He bit the hell out of me. Thank God for those gloves, because it didn't go through the glove. And it stuck him in the bucket, took him outside. Living in the country with cats that like to collect things. Always a good time, kids. Did I mention I have kittens? You too could be part of the fun. All right, next up. Oh, for that set, I'm sorry. That set is going to be red. The number for that. So for the red toile, thread conditioner, and the red needle minder, red. If you want that one, red. Sorry. Again, story time and free stuff. Life is good. All right, next up. These are new this year too. Kind of big. Not gonna lie, see? Kind of like them. The more I do some of the bigger ones, the more I kind of like them. I like big girls, like I said. Why not have big floss drops too? But these are all Easter bunnies and eggs and baskets. And oh my gosh, what's not to love? Look at these. Just keep throwing them. So you get this set with Easter colored needle minder. So you don't have to see my big mug. It has some sparkle in it. I like it. And another thread conditioner. This one's flannel. You get all my favorite smells. Love it. If you want this set, it is spring. So for the Easter floss drops, the Easter needle minder, and some flannel thread conditioner, spring. And we have one more of these. Dun, da, da. This is some roses. Kind of steampunky rose. 20 different ones of these. So you get this, a red needle minder. Wow, look at those fingernails, Heidi. I told you I was doing yard work. Tore up. Sorry. And my stitchy spot for another thing of thread conditioner. Another favorite smell. If you want this set, the word is flower. So flower for this one, red for that one, spring for this set. Okay. And last but not least, you heard me talk about it earlier. This month was the first month of my Floss Drop of the Month Club. So here's my FERP. You will get a 3-month membership to the Floss Drop of the Month Club. It will start, because I won't announce this till the next video, which will be in April, so it'll start for you in May, June, and July. Floss Drop of the Month. If you want this, it's club. So there you have it, kids. You have project bags and patterns and all kinds of goodies, and I hope you love them. And thank you so much for being with me for the past 2 years. I've had an absolute blast. My life has changed for so much for the best. I've met so many amazing people. Speaking of which, I had Jenny Ali here. I believe that's how you say her last name, Ali, from Bougie Stitchers. She stopped by when she was in the area to visit her son. Her son came with her. It was a lot of fun. They were just as wonderful as you see her on her floss tubes. So much fun, so kind. Loved hanging out with her, and she has opened her own store. Currently it's online only. It's called the Cross Stitch Emporium. I believe she said in her latest video, and she also has a different YouTube channel under the same name. So the Cross Stitch Emporium, look her up on YouTube as well as Instagram, and go to her site. She just got back from market too. She's selling stuff online now, and I believe they're working on breaking ground on a place there at their property in Wyoming, so that she will have an LNS for Wyoming, whatever corner of Wyoming she's in. I can't remember. I think she's southeast corner. I'm not entirely certain. But anyways, if you know her, you love her, go check her out and give her some love in the Cross Stitch Emporium. So I hope y'all are having a wonderful day today. It's midweek. You're almost there to the weekend, kids. And I think, isn't Lindy Stitches doing the start-a-thon? Is it that this weekend? I think it is, because I work. So of course I can't do anything. But anyways, find something to start from whatever market, whether it was this year, last year, or 5 years ago. Go ahead. Here's your excuse. Start something new this weekend, kids. I love you all. Thank you so much for an awesome 2 years. And I will see you in a few weeks. Okay? Bye, y'all.